I'm trying to do it so smooth. I'm trying to do this shit for me and you. I hope you see the bigger picture that I'm painting. My pain ain't nothing to play with, boy. We talk that stainless steel. Pop you in your top for real. Riding around my pops for real. This shit right here feel real as ever. I used to pop them pills.
Man, life been smooth, bro.
Absolutely.
Life been smooth. I can't even cap to you, bro.
Can't complain.
Definitely in the space where it's like building some momentum in a sense, like and consistent momentum. You know how you build momentum, and then you'll see something on the way to fuck it up, and you'll still let it fuck it up.
Yeah.
But like now, I'm kind of in the space where I got momentum, and I'll see something from a distance, and I'll take the measures to make sure it don't even get close enough to.
You can kind of peep it now.
Yeah, and like
And
you was able to peep it
it.
before. You doing something about it now. You're doing something about it now to where it's like you cherish the momentum differently now because you know how much it takes to build it back up. You know how draining it is to come back from losing the momentum. So it's like, man, let me just keep it this time around. You know what I mean? Like you see what the result of losing the momentum, you see what that come with. So do something different, bro. Like doing the same thing, that's insanity, bro. So just yeah, man, life been smooth for me, bro.
That's real. I feel like for me, I wouldn't say I got like a full head of steam of momentum, but it's about like maintaining at this point, and not necessarily maintaining like the progress that I've made, but maintaining the peace of mind and the whole thing. Because at the end of the day, that's one of the biggest things I feel like I could protect.
Right.
Me personally. And like you said, you don't want to go insane. You don't want to be at a point where you just feel down and out. Right?
Yeah.
You're letting the bad times or the droughts, goddamn, really put you out of that junk.
Yeah, because it's heavy times right now, bro.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Like the economic times that we have right now in
Political
America,
climate.
the political climate, the job scarcity. I mean, you could just look around and see like there's currently more people looking for jobs than there is people with jobs.
Yeah.
There's less entrepreneurship spirits out there. Like all this junk playing a part, and then you double that down with like seasonal depression.
Yeah, bro.
So you could really feel like you down bad, like to the point where you don't even want to get up no more. So it's just about maintaining that positive mindset. And like you said, you don't want, you can see outside forces coming because most people have that emotional intelligence or that wherewithal to where like this person or this thing is what caused me to feel some type of way back in the day.
Right.
And you kind of allow it because, again, you have personal connections with it, or it's a way of comfort that you usually you know what I mean are used to. It's the space that you've been in before, so you either allow that person to be back in your life, or you'll allow that bad vice that you have or addiction that you have, and you keep doubling down on it because again, it is comfort. Yeah. But you gotta be uncomfortable. You gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
You have to, bro. You have to.
So maintaining for me is the biggest thing, and like you said, just being positive. And this refrigerator making noise. I don't know if it can be picked up, but
it don't pick up on the mic too much for real.
I ain't never noticed that.
Cause it did it one time before. But like what you said about the dangers, bro, that jump be so important because it's like we all know our vices. We all know our kryptonite. We all know our dangers, bro.
No doubt about it.
You know what I mean? So it's like I be wanting people to really weigh the dangers and understand if you allow this, understand what comes with that, because you already know what comes with that because you've involved yourself with that before. So weigh the pros and the cons of continuously involving yourself in this. I mean, like, all that's important. All that can't just be overlooked and you think you just gonna continue your way to success, bro. Success is a Bro, success is literally a web, bro. It's so many components that go into success. And the word success is just like, oh, success, I made it. But it's the intricate parts that get you to success. And the intricate parts is where people overlook, people overstep, people brush aside. It's like, well, I don't really need that part. Imagine if your car manufacturer did that to your car. Like, oh, we can skip that part. We don't really need that car. Eventually, them wheels ain't gonna be turning. Eventually, that alternator gonna go bad. Eventually, you know what I mean, that transmission gonna give, because that intricate part, that little small piece that you think you didn't really need to your journey, to your process, is very much so needed. And I talk to my brother all the time. We be talking about how when you add up the small parts and the intricate parts to a journey, bro, it triples the big things. So like the small things really, each small thing is really bigger than each individual big thing, because the small things are so intertwined and so connected on a micro level, to where you can't have one small thing without the other. You can't have that one small thing without the next one. So all those small things are really one. So all those small things equate to that big one thing that you're looking for. But you never arrive to that one big thing if you don't key in on those small things. Because those small things it's like that driving force, that driving wheel. And when you arrive to where you were driving, that's the big thing. But what keeps the wheels turning is those small things. Journaling. I started journaling recently, bro. Yeah. Cheat code, bro.
It is.
Cheat code. And
it's one of the biggest ones.
Bro, and I'll be honest, as a man, I'm like, man, that shit pussy. Like, I'll be honest, I ain't doing that. But it's a cheat code, bro. Like the journaling.
I feel like every man comes to a point of time though, or just every person though, you come to a point of time where you be like, bro, there's so much on my mind, or so much I'm dealing with. I gotta kind of I have to get it out somewhere. Yeah. Especially as a man, we don't really live in a world where it's a whole or a westernized man. Mm-hmm. You don't really live in a world where it's a whole bunch of safe spaces where you can really kind of talk about and express how you truly feel.
They say we got the safe space.
And we don't live in a world with that. I mean, and we talked about it before. The women don't necessarily create that safe space, and I don't want to blame women. Yeah, us as men don't promote that safe space either. So 100. Journaling is one of them escapes, and then you be so, like I said, you be in such a more so maybe a depressive state, more so I won't even say just a saddened state. It could be, or just any type of like a state of anger, bro. You have to the point where it's like you got to put that ink to that paper, bro. Yeah, you got to. Yeah. Because I done been in that point where it's like I don't even know. I don't want nobody to. It's not even I don't want nobody to know. I don't want anybody to look at me differently by expressing this part of me or this self or this something that I'm holding on, but I have to get it out. I
just need to get it out. I don't need to get it out to no individual. I just need to get it out.
I don't really want the opinion of the individual, right? For sure. The backlash that comes after expressing myself to that point. So journaling is a key part. I ain't gonna lie, like I probably am not as consistent with journaling, but I feel like everybody goes through that phase. And it's one of them key skills that you learn in school, because I had a teacher in 4th grade, man. I remember to this day, Miss Swan, bro. I remember to this day, like she made us every Monday and Wednesday, we had to journal. In 4th grade, like you got it right. And I got to the point where me personally, I felt like it was just a BS lesson. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right. I'm tired of writing. I'm scribbling letters. I'm I'm filling in words that ain't even making no sense. And she used to read them, but as a youngin', you don't understand that lesson, but it's really teaching you how to digest your week, digest what you're going through, get it out on a piece of paper, and express yourself. Yeah. Even if nobody is necessarily listening.
That's real, bro. That's real.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good, bro. Just, we flow, bro. Yeah. And one thing I really been noticing how I've been moving lately. I think what I can attribute to these past couple of weeks where I really been like flourishing is, bro, I really been so selfish with my time. I won't even say with my time. I've been selfish, bro. I'm at the point with my life, if somebody called me selfish, that's like reassurance to me now. Like, cause I'm setting out to be selfish. So that's, if somebody, you being selfish. You're right, I am like that. So I'm setting out to be selfish right now.
Why does that have a negative
Why, bro? And because we live in a world of people who like to get over on people, who like to overuse people. So these are the people, you got to think about it. These are the people who created the negative connotation to the word selfish, because these people either A, don't have boundaries, so they let people use them at will, so they expect other people to let themselves be used at will, or two, these are the people who like to overuse people. So when you set those boundaries, when you tell a person no, when you put yourself first, it's like, oh, you being selfish. Yes, I am being selfish, because it was too many times while I was being selfless and I didn't like the outcomes of that. I didn't like how that felt. I didn't like the results of that. So why continue being selfless for a person who's manipulating me into being selfless for their selfish reasons? A lot of times when people are calling you selfish, they're being selfish by not understanding why you're being selfish with your time. They're not analyzing why you're being like that with them. They're not taking in consideration of, maybe, is it something that I'm doing? Is this person on a certain journey why they're being selfish? They don't care about none of that. It's, why aren't you doing this for me right now?
And so to me, those are truly the selfish people.
Yeah.
Because at what point do you care enough about me to allow me to be selfish?
Right, bro.
Give me that space to be selfish. You personally are taking my time and my efforts and you're using them for self-benefit. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, when it is time for me to reclaim my time, when it is time for me to care about myself, because ultimately I am the only person that can do so and that has the power to be able to do so.
All right.
Why is it a problem? Why is it so much backlash? Why is it a negative connotation around the word of me being selfish, or around the action of me being selfish? And that's the person that truly either doesn't want to see you shine to the best of your ability. Yep. They have that main character syndrome to the point where it's like, if you getting something without me, then I don't like it. I don't like that for you.
Right.
Sometimes your biggest supporters be your biggest haters.
Sleeping right next to you.
I'm like, they sitting right next to you, smiling in your face, or they hate that part of you, or they're hating on that part of you. Not necessarily that they hate everything about you, or they hate on everything. They want you to get to that space, mm-hmm. but they don't want you to get to that space without them. Yeah,
they want to have a big hand in it. It kind of reminds me of back to when it was a clip where B. Simone was upset that her friend was able to do business without her because they were so used to doing business together. So when B. Simone's friend had got like a big contract without her, like, she was upset about it because but it's like, and I'm not saying this is an instance in her case, but a lot of people are just kind of like, why are you upset? Like, your friend is eating, regardless of if it's with you or not. Why did they rub you the wrong way?
You should be elated, bro.
Yeah. Like, that's like you getting a big time interview, just you, and it's like, I ain't gonna be like, damn, why ain't nigga? So hey, that's for the brand. Let's get it, bro. Salute. You feel me?
Every time, though, I think that's what we do a good job of just supporting each other in the journey. And we don't necessarily know how it may affect what we have going on with the podcast and the show that we own right now. But it's never about the friendship, and the bond comes before any of that. It's never about, why did you get to the point without me, or how did you get to that point? Like, if somebody said they wanted to sponsor you and you're freelance photography right now, what do I look like hating on you to the point where it's like, well, what about the show? Like, what about us? What about how we? No, bro, that's not what a friendship is about. That's not what a partnership is about. Mm-hmm. Listen, if one of y'all is eating and one of y'all has the opportunity to be selfish in that moment, and it's not necessarily selfish, it's about just elevation and self-elevation, how is that not elevating your group or your partnership or your relationship or your any of that as a whole? If one person is elevating, you, like, somebody had to be Beyonce.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, most definitely.
And if you smart, you're gonna understand that. You're gonna play your role or play your part into it, and then you're gonna adjust as needed. Mm-hmm. And if you have a real core friendship and y'all had a bond or some sort of support system before that, then you understand, like, okay, yeah. go for it, bro.
Real,
like every time I tell them I got an interview, like corporate, not
like, get
corporate,
it.
anything else, like bro, do that. Like if you gotta go move to such and such.
Anytime you told me, you like, you might, I was like, hey, bro, we gonna figure it out. Let's do it, bro.
We'll do everything else on the back burner.
Yeah,
Put that first though,
for
because
sure.
that's gonna help elevate you.
Exactly,
and
bro.
if you elevating, we elevate.
Exactly, bro. And it just be things like when it be easy because we show each other so much love. That's why it'd be easy for us to show other people love organically, bro, without even other people needing to show them people love. Because it's like we show other people love more than they circle, and it's just like because our dynamic is set up because we just show each other love. We don't even realize we showing love. It's just like. That, like that, I didn't know that was showing love. I just thought I was just being a regular human being. Like, hey,
honest, like
I had no clue.
And I think we live in such a world where it thrives on like downing somebody else or like underplaying. I ain't gonna say downing, but underplaying somebody else's relative, like they relative fame or fortune or whatever they have. I think we live in that world. So when you are showing love or when you are like genuinely rocking with whatever they putting out, then you looked at it as, you know what I mean, you meet riding or whatever.
Like
it's not even that. It's just I'm really just giving that person a salute because it honestly touched me in a certain way to the point where it's like, for sure, like that's tough. Like
for me to publicly back that, it resonated with me on a certain level.
No doubt about it.
And the only thing to combat that whole meat riding, you gotta have your own motion, bro. Because if you got your own motion and you supporting something, it's like I don't have to meet right. I don't have to dick right. I got motion, bro. It just I fuck with that, and I'm real enough to publicly say I fuck with that. I don't have to wait for nobody else to say they fuck with that. I fuck with that. We know that's how we always been. Like if we rocking with something, we rocking with that. We rocking with that person. Are we rocking with that? No, we ain't rocking with them. We ain't rocking with that. That ain't it.
And that's how we always have been until shown otherwise. Like, you know what I mean? From the public eye, right? Me personally, I'm rocking with the We Brothers mixtape
for sure
album. Like
hard,
I'm rocking with that.
Hard. Shout out to them boys. Hard.
No fact.
And y'all really trying to play them boys like they
slid on that jump, bro.
Stepped on that tape, bro.
They slid on that jump. So
God.
That album itself, like, okay, I'm rocking with that. Now, if we got into a point where it's like we had a meeting or it was like, and it didn't go well, then I could feel some type of way. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nah, I publicly backed the album, but them is people I don't know about.
Yeah.
But
the character of it.
You know what I mean? Until you had that run in with somebody but from as far as I can see, they ain't never wrong me.
Yeah.
I mess with the music right now. Like I'm messing with that project, then shit. Yeah. Man, let that jump rock.
Because art is art. You know what I mean? Art is separate from the
individual.
You know what I mean? So bro.
You can't be mad at nobody for bigging up nobody else, bro.
No,
and it's like from my point of view, it's like if I don't do it, who else gonna do it? Type shit. Like,
exactly.
I don't really care who else do it.
I don't, bro.
But at the same time, it's like like you said, it sizzled in my spirit enough for me to speak up on it. And if I'm, you know what I mean, if I'm on an Instagram or a Twitter or a social media platform and I rock with it, I'll let it be known because again, it sizzled in my spirit to the point it's like, dang, my following should get us to listen.
Yeah, most definitely, bro.
It's just one of those times where I don't understand how the world get to the point where it's like we downplaying or underplaying certain people in certain spaces,
right? And we big up the people who just got clout but really don't got talent. So I'm just like, what are we basing this off of, bro?
What is the basis?
Yeah,
what's the basis?
So it little things like that really just throw me all the way out, bro. And then just when it comes to energy, so like even when you showing love to people, that's you in a sense like lending your energy to that person, because for you to back somebody, for you to support them, that takes a level of energy, even if it's on social media. Like you post somebody on your story, you post this personally, this is why I don't just post anything on my story. Or even when people like send me stuff, hey, like, comment, share. If I don't really rock with it, I'm not gonna post it on my story.
It's real.
Because your story is like a digital billboard. It's a personal It's a temporary digital billboard. That's why you see people who charge $25 an hour, $25 a day to a 24-hour story post. Like, because your story is a digital billboard. And
that's your message.
Exactly how I treat my story, especially if I'm not running story promos, I treat my story feed as a representation of me. It's an extension of me. I mean, you know, some people say sometimes they post things that it don't even really be about them, or they don't really back it. I just don't think that's a smart way to move, because, you know what I mean?
It's your brand.
At the end of the day, social media, you're branding yourself, whether you believe it or not, whether that's your intention or not. Because most people don't have day-to-day access to you, what you post on your social media, and especially what you post on your story day-to-day, because most people don't really post like regular posts on a consistent basis. So your story is your brand. Whatever you posting on your story when it comes to memes, Justin LeBoy, niggas be broke, like all those memes, whether a person knows it or not, anytime they see something that you post, like subconsciously, they're forming a version of you in their head. They're forming an opinion in your head. And I know people are like, oh, I don't care about people's opinions, but to a certain extent, people's opinions do matter. The public opinion do matter. As we've seen in multiple cases, bro, public opinion matters, bro.
Especially recently, right?
Hey, bro,
the public opinion of some of the big artists. Like,
telling you,
it
bro,
matters.
That shit matters.
Because whether you want to accept it or not, like, that's what bring in your value, right? And that's where you valued at in that eye. Not necessarily what your true value is, but that's what you valued as in the image of the internet.
Social currency, bro.
It's literally your currency. How valuable you are to the internet.
Bro, we're in the age of social currency,
and so that's one of the biggest forms of currency right now.
Exactly.
It's not even about how much money you actually have at this point. It's how many people you can influence.
I'm telling you.
And so if your story and your brand is not necessarily backing what you're trying to portray to the image you're trying to portray to the internet, then your currency is really devalued.
Yeah.
And you will see a lot of people, especially recently, if you can go to like the Young Thugs, the Gunners, like his currency is high right now.
Thugs
is declining.
I feel like the more every podcast he do, it just
gets worse and worse. And it's not necessarily like the power to me was in the mystery of who he was as a person and how he thought, because you could just chalk it up as like almost like the Kanye effect, or like even like the Pharrells and stuff like that. Like
most definitely.
The Andre 3000s, where like you don't necessarily know where they are mentally to the point where they can have this creative like aspect on the world to where it's like, dang, like I don't even know, like it's kids wanting to be like that because like I don't even know how he think, but I'm thinking he thinking like this. So this is how I'm addressed. So my thing is, now you have a person that's saying less and doing more, and now you don't necessarily know what their thought process is in the whole situation. Then you got a person that's
over addressing
and saying way more, and now you know their thought process in it, and there's no power in that mystery to the point where your social currency is currently being devalued to the point where it's like anything you say could be a lie, because we sitting here got video evidence of you know what I mean, talking about certain people, showing fake love, or your love was being shown. The one you was showing to the public eye was fake because you on the phone talking about people.
Right.
And it's not a bad thing. It's just who you are, or it's who we perceive you to be now.
Yeah, that
the internet.
Again, public opinion. You know what I mean? So it's just
and to a certain point, perception is reality.
Exactly,
how
bro.
everyone or how you are perceived to certain people, that's their reality.
Exactly. Especially
if they never get a chance to sit down and talk to you and meet you.
Which will be the case for most people. They'll never get it. So
I never get to sit in the room with. Now, if I sat in the room again across from him and we had a conversation, my perception of him could be completely different than what I've seen on the internet, in the interviews, on the podcast.
Yeah.
But as of right now, most people, the masses, are gonna think a certain way. Like, no, you stood on this more than principles, but this is what you was doing. I can't really rock with.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure some of the people that have had him on their show is like, okay, it's different because you could persuade them a little bit easier. But man, that branding on your stories, you posting you know what I mean, sexual content, you posting funny stuff, you could be perceived as a person that's just not serious.
Telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Because I catch myself doing it subconsciously. I'm like, damn, this person always posting that. They got to be like that. And I ain't never met this person before.
Doubt.
So I'm like, if I'm doing this, somebody who's very tapped into my inner world and in control of my mind, I can only imagine somebody who's easily portrayed it in their thought patterns and what they're convinced to think. Take these story posts, bro. So I'm just like...
It subconsciously seeps in your brain like, oh, no. Let me tap past they junk because they ain't posting nothing real. They could be posting a fundraiser for kids that help the community.
Exactly.
But your last 20 posts was, if she ain't doing this, she a bird. A meme. Like the relevancy of that is few and far between. Like nobody really resonates with that. And so that was my whole ordeal though. I feel like for myself, getting back on social media was one of those things where it's like, if I'm going to get on there, I'm going to post what I want to post.
Right.
And not necessarily what I want to post, but how I want myself to be branded.
Exactly.
If it's not necessarily like podcast, motivational, something that really resonates with me as a person in my path, and it's not in alignment, you probably won't get a post from me.
Yeah, most definitely.
A repost from me. All the love to you, all the love and respect to people, but...
For sure.
And that goes back to just being one of those real people. Did we even do an intro, bro?
No, we didn't, bro. Welcome back to another episode of the Paradigms and Perspective Show, 28 minutes in.
Hey, my brain just worked like that. You see how I was like, dang, I ain't the only
They know how we are at this point, bro.
Nah, facts. So
this
we'll
is
get
conversation,
on this
bro.
talk.
Yeah, bro. Let's restart the camera real quick.
Yeah.
Got us.
We might have to cut that to the front.
Yeah, that's funny though, bro.
No, that's hilarious.
But just like the transition, not even a transition, kind of segue back to like the selfish part because I was thinking about this the other day, and this some game my brother been telling me for the longest, and shout out to him. Y'all probably see him one day, bro.
I'm gonna get this third mic going, bro. We finna start back putting
Bring
y'all in the inner circle.
But even with him telling me that, I would see it on my own. Like, bro, and this to the fellas, bro. Just going back to the whole, selfish thing, bro. When it comes to women and the woman that you're in a relationship with, she may say that she wants to be your main priority or your main focus. It's not the case, bro. The reason why I say this is because of experience and because of experience that other men have went through. That moment that you make that woman your main focus point 24/7, she's going to run from it.
Oh, absolutely.
She's going to run from it. She wants to be... What's up?
I'm about to turn the air down. Go ahead.
Okay, bet. She wants to be your focal point or your focus point during the times of... She basically wants to be able to pull your attention away. She wants to be the one person that can pull your attention away from what you're focused on. That doesn't necessarily mean she wants to always be your focus point or what you're locked in on all the time. Because then that creates is he really locked in on what he's supposed to be doing? Then that also creates, if he's overpaying attention to me, if he's focused too much on me, that might start highlighting my insecurities. Now I might become a little more closed off because he paying too much attention to me. He locked in too much. He looking too much at me. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? But at the times where she wants your attention, she wants to be able to be your focus point in those times. But being her focus point or being your focus point 24/7, she don't want that, bro. I know women will say that they want a man that focus on them 24/7. You have to pay attention to their actions. Because as soon as you make them that focus point 24/7, that's when the energy changes. That's when the behavior changes. That's when the kind of standoffish changes. How she responds to you starts to change. How she messages you starts to change. Because she's getting so much of that energy and attention, she's become accustomed to it. So now it's just like whatever now. It ain't really that special. I'm not saying don't give your lady attention. I'm not saying give your woman a cold shoulder. What I'm saying is you have to keep that purpose first, bro. You have to keep that vision first because subconsciously that's what riles her up, that you got something that you're going after. And like I said, she wants to be able to every now and then be able to be the one woman who can pull your attention away from that vision momentarily or every now and then. So because it's a powerful feeling. It's like pulling that lion away from the hunt a little bit and being that one lioness, that one woman who can do that. That's it's a thrilling feeling. And then she sends you back off on your hunt. Because she's satisfied because she was the one that was able to pull you away from that a little bit. Get you know what I mean? Be able to grab your mind, basically. Grab your attention. Because she wants to see it as you're so focused in that nobody really can grab your attention but me. Yeah. It's a primal thing, bro. It's on a primal level, bro. So you have to treat it like that, bro. So when it comes to energy, when it comes to being selfish, you have to find that healthy balance of being selfish in relationships too, bro. And I know that's kind of like a taboo thing of, oh, if I'm in a relationship, everything with this person got to be shared and, you know, we do everything together. It's complete selflessness. I think for healthy relationships, it's also a level of selfishness that goes into it because at the end of the day, you still have to be you have to be intact with your identity and who you are as a person. So if you're being intact with who you are as a person and having your own identity, that comes with a level of self-identity and a level of selfishness. Like, hey, I'm going to take some time to tend to me today. Just that alone, I'm going to self-care today. I'm going to be with the girls today. That's a level of selfishness. Just to show you that being selfish isn't a bad thing. That's just focus on self. Selfish. I'm being selfish today. I'm focused on self. Like, just break down the etymology of the word selfish. It's just, I'm being off to myself today. Selfish. That's all selfish means, bro. Like, it ain't no, you know what I mean?
I think to kind of put it in minimalist terms, like, not even minimalist.
Yeah, because I probably...
Nah. I mean, I think you dumbed it down for the people that don't understand it, especially breaking down the word. But it's just, what I hear you saying is better, not even better. In certain situations, in certain relationships, the independence in a person, not to be able to have the independence in a relationship, it matters. It's a key component because, yes, in a relationship, in a marriage, and in any type of relationship, you have to have the cohesion of the unit. You have to be, you know what I mean, on one track, on a mind, like one track mind.
Most definitely.
But at the same time, you also have to have individual time where you, like you said, you have a self-care day to the point where it's like, all right, I want to go ahead and go get my nails done. As a man, a lot of our time can be spent going to go get a haircut. Yeah. Like the barbershop is that selfish moment or time where you get to just be not only with yourself and feel good, but around other men that are looking to be in their self-care or selfish day. And it sounds like also that you're saying in a point at which a man is focused on a goal, that achievement of a woman feels when they can be the only person to pull you away from that goal. Yes. It gives them another form of validation as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, you can't be conquering the woman can't be your only goal because you'll just be left with a person. And not necessarily saying that it's a bad thing to be left with a person. But at the end of the day, a person doesn't feed the family. A person doesn't provide what a man's nature and provisioning is supposed to provide. Because let's just be honest, achieving the goal of a person loving you is fairly easy compared to achieving your lifetime goal of being an entrepreneur or being a professional football player. Because a person will eventually let their guard down. That goal that you're chasing every single day you wake up is getting further and further away from you. And it's your job to continue to get up and chase it and chase it and chase it. Now, I have recently seen someone say where, or a woman get on the radio and say her husband is finally getting to the point where they are about to make life-changing money, and she doesn't know how she feels about that because essentially he's going to have options.
Oh, that's something I would like to talk about
That's crazy, right? Because she was like, I mean, he talked about it for years and years, and he was putting in the work to get there, and now we're just about to get to the point where like he's going to, in the next 2 years, he's going to make that life-changing money. Like, he's on track to make that life-changing money. And she was getting to the point where like she's having that realization that this person is about to receive his money, and he's then going to have the options, the opportunity to do what he would like to do.
Yeah.
And so that's when, to me, you really get to know a person. When they get closer to achieving that goal, or when they achieve that goal, you really get to know a person, because then their wants and needs can be met.
100. That's real.
And so that's when the foundational work of, again, your independence inside the relationship has to, number one, drive you to better become your person. So that's why I don't know I can't sit here and say I don't believe in the domesticated stay-at-home wife where you don't do absolutely anything but just take care of the kids, because at some point the kids get up and leave.
For sure.
You still have to have your selfish moment, right? Whatever you doing, you still, if you wanted to go to school the whole time, like if you have a small business on that side, because at some point you have to have something that you can rely on, that you've accomplished, that's outside of this person.
Yeah, that's real. Before I even get back to the point you made, because we gotta go
crazy,
there.
Right?
Because, so real quick, just to talk about the independence part, it's the reason why it's so important to continue to develop yourself as a individual within a relationship, because you have to look at yourself as a pillar. So the more you self-identify yourself and individualize yourself, not to pull yourself away from the relationship, but to continue to define who you are as a person, your individual pillar strengthens. Now, the pillar is holding up a foundation. So the stronger each pillar becomes, the stronger the foundation is. So your foundation in a relationship is rooted in how well each of you know yourself as an individual, not how well y'all know what y'all relationship is. It's how well do you know who you are as a person.
Not who you are as
you feel me?
In a relationship.
Not who you are as a person in a relationship, who you are just as a person. So that segues into the point where you were saying how the lady doesn't know how she gonna feel when the guy start making some money, because that's a reality in a lot of cases, because a lot of women, in general, want a top guy who making this certain level amount of money.
For sure.
But you gotta understand that's you stepping into the arena. When they say the man in the arena, you become the woman in the arena. And when you got that top earner guy, that the guy that's the guy of your dreams,
life-changing money.
You feel me?
Life-changing money, like generational changing money.
Now you in the arena. Now you see you start to see how primal women become, because it's like this is even if you got a 10% man, 5% man, you start to see certain instances or certain behaviors for women that you ain't never seen before. So how secure are you? How secure are you in yourself? How secure are you in a relationship? How secure does he make you feel in a relationship? Even with these women doing these things, you still feel at home. You still feel at peace. Are you allowing him to make you feel secure? Because a lot of times a man will go out his way to make you feel secure, but are you accepting the ways he's attempting to make you secure? Because I've seen the instances where a man will attempt to make a woman secure, but because she's not accepting of it, or because her mind is already made up of what this outcome will be or what this is. I don't want to receive that.
It ties back into you where you're saying like the intricate parts, right?
There you go.
You're doing some of the intricate, the small details,
right,
that you should maybe appreciate, or he feels that you should appreciate, and you're not appreciating it, and so that devalues you as a woman because there's somebody that will, because of the status that he has, the money that he has.
Right.
If he does those things, they're gonna make it seem like that's the world.
Right.
I think it's always in a relationship like that. You always have to reevaluate yourself. That you have to reevaluate yourself, but not only yourself, but your partner and the relationship as a whole. But that goes back to, again, we can double back to, if you have some sort of selfish ways and you know your value as a person, you're not worried about the other women performing in that arena.
For sure.
Because you know what
it's your spot to lose.
It's your spot to lose.
It's your spot to lose.
We literally go, a man like that is going to literally give you the ball and be like, hey,
just don't lose. I'm so sweating, bro.
Don't play defense on offense.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Like, you feel me? Don't play defense on
numbers.
offense. You did great by sticking with me to this point. Don't overthink your role and your position just because I am about to make this. Yeah. It is scary, but imagine how he feels. He's getting to the point where he's essentially about to reach the goal that he's set for a lifetime, to the point where now it's going to take more work for him to be able to keep and build that money to where he's not even necessarily thinking about the opportunities, the options that he has at that moment.
Gang, I was just about to say that. Ain't that so crazy when a person reached that certain level? You got two people that's in the same relationship, but they worry about two different things, bro.
She's thinking about the opportunity. And
that's
she didn't
crazy,
even know,
bro.
The
that's
way
so
she
interesting to me.
Describing it, she didn't even know that she was worried about it sounded like he was about to have more options. She didn't even know she was worried about that. But he's not worried about that. A person that has been chasing that goal for multiple years, and I mean like steadily for almost a decade or close to, is not worried about the options that I'm gonna have outside of my relationship or my marriage. No. They're worried about, okay, how am I going to make this money stretch for as long as it can? Or how can I double and triple this money to the point where not only do I not have to work or necessarily clock in and do these things, but my kids don't have to work as hard. Right. My grandkids don't have to work as hard. Like, he's worried about the taxes that maybe come with that type of money. Sure. He's worried about the house you may have to live in, or what school these kids gonna have to go to, because now you are a high profile individual. Like, the security of the family. You worried about what woman finna come around and could potentially take it. Wrong mindset. Yeah. And if you change and switch your perspective of it, you can be an asset in that situation and not necessarily something that can be thrown away so fast.
Because him knowing that you focusing on that aspect of it is adding stress, because
absolutely
he's going to...
You putting his mind frame there. He not even thinking about that. You're not helping the mind frame of like, okay, how we going to protect the money? Which ways can we put it into a trust? And so that everybody can use the money and we're not being taxed in a certain individual. How can we make sure the kids are in a better school system or in the same school system and we're not telling friends? How can we make sure that the house is paid off, and how can we make sure that we're bringing in other incomes, other streams of income? If you focus on that with him, because he's done the hard part. Yeah. Just be real. Yeah. Like if a man does that to the point where he's done the hard part of everything, to the point where it's like we've made the generational money that we're looking at, or that we've talked about for so long, and I've shared this dream and this desire with you, and the first thing on your mind is, I'm scared. I really don't necessarily know if I want him to make the money. I've shared my biggest dreams and aspirations with you. I've showed what I was focused on for years. You don't want to be a part of now, or you're hoping that I don't get it. Oh, you have literally put me in a state of mind where I don't even know if I necessarily want you as a person to be around.
Because you don't want me to see me reach my highest potential. So what sense does it make for that? Now, automatically, as a man, that comes off as you're liable to sabotage this.
Yeah, come on.
Just so I don't reach where I'm trying to get to fulfill your selfish desire.
I've expressed this to you for multiple years, and I've expressed my deepest, darkest secrets. Like I'm telling you, like I'm yearning for this. Is a desire. It's not just a want.
Yeah.
Like to get to that point, it has to be a desire because you had to wake up and want to get to it every single day. And I'm finally about to reach it. It's within a few years, we're going to have that money.
Yeah.
And you worried about what I'm gonna do with somebody that ain't you?
Yeah. Because most men in that situation, with him knowing that that's your focus, he's gonna overextend energy on trying to make sure you don't feel that way. He's gonna go out.
He's gonna take the energy away from where the main focus was.
Then
I could lose it all.
Gonna reach because
lose it all.
Because what he's trying to what he's building towards. What he's building towards is taking the energy for him to get there. So if he starts exerting that energy on making sure you don't feel that way, the trajectory he's on is not going to be able to continue because he's not going after what he's going after at the same intensity or with the same level of frequency and energy because it's being funneled off into other areas, bro. And that's, as a man, bro, you have to understand. You have to pick your battles, bro. You got to pick your battles, bro, and understanding and knowing what you're willing to give your energy to and what you're not willing to, bro.
To me, is like what I would say to her is like, shawty, you weeding yourself out. Like you're not even trying to be in the race at this point.
Yeah.
You by thinking like that.
Self-sabotaging though, bro.
Yeah, you self-sabotaging. You literally are weeding yourself out because at this point it's like, hey, bro, I've literally expressed how focused you've been, supportive, but it's given that you're fake supporting me because you ultimately don't want me to reach this goal because you're scared of the mind frame or you're afraid of the mind frame that I'll be in once I do reach it. You won't even allow me to get to that point to where we can then decide my mind frame. We can then decipher how I feel.
And then it take me to a point of you just brought something up to me. You just made me think of something when you said like him getting to that point. It sparks something mentally to where she might not be elevated mentally at the same rate. So she might feel intimidated.
Yeah.
She might feel intimidated to where it's like, oh, I can't keep up. Instead of seeing it as I'm ready to learn, I'm willing to, you know what I mean? But it's like it didn't become a competition. It's like, oh, yeah. I can't keep up, so I might as well.
Do you feel like that she might not have done the self-work though? Like you could have put it as essentially.
I think that's what it kind of boils down to because
self work while I was doing the work on my end.
You become complacent with where he's at.
You thought he was never going to reach that point. You thought he was never going to reach that. Let's just break down what it is for real. You thought he was never going to reach that point. And you was, again, it's fake support because you thought the goal was so far-fetched that he would never get there to the point where you would never have to worry about this. So you
supporting him was pity support. It's like, yeah, you gotta, but you never
really believed in that, man. And so as a man, bro, if I hear that, I'm really on some like, bro, you got it. Like you go ahead about your business because you really didn't think I was gonna get there. That was fake support. That was fake love.
Yeah, bro.
And I was being selfish in the fact that where I wanted to get there for us. But I had to make sure I put myself first to the point where I could potentially get to that point. Yeah. And now it's attainable and you really saying like, yeah, no, I didn't think it was gonna be a thing. And I expressed this how many years to you? She was like, bro, we're gonna reach that goal within like 2 years. Like we're gonna reach the life-changing money within 2 years. And I didn't think it was possible. Let me see if I can find the clip.
That's crazy, bro.
No, that junk was wild, bro. That junk was wild. Let me see, because I don't want to misquote either.
But even if that's not, bro, just that. But that's the reality. Even if that's not what happened, that's a reality for
a lot of people.
Some men across the world. Like you're you're laying down in bed with somebody, and this is going on both sides. You're laying down in bed with somebody who truly don't even really believe in you. They just like the consistency and the complacency that y'all have within a relationship. But you come in that house next day and tell them you got a promotion and all these upgrades about to happen. Y'all about to move to a different state. You about to flip their word upside down because like, what you mean? Like I like the comfortableness of our day-to-day life. We're not having to do too much. Like I like the workload that we got now. We don't need too much more. Like we can stay right here. You gotta really look for those people. If you tell a person good news and the first thing they say, well, just make sure you look out for the red flag. Because why was that the first thing you went to? Why wasn't the first thing, congratulations, honey? Like, oh, I'm so proud of you. Da, 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 da. Then it's like, so I'm happy for you. Da, da, da. Let's just make sure we look out for this, and this. Mm-hmm. That's different. Instead of going straight to, oh, well, they said the economy is, oh, you shouldn't really take risks right now. I don't know, bro. I don't know. If a woman that's really supporting you, she gonna support you, and then she gonna give you the feedback. It ain't straight to criticism and feedback. That's a woman who became stagnant and complacent in what y'all are in. I can't even say what y'all are building, but what y'all are in, bro. So you got to be mindful of that, bro, and know if your partner is really a supporter or somebody that you just spending time with. Y'all just passing time by together, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's just little things like that, bro. Yeah, bro. Keep the mission the main thing, bro. Keep the vision the main thing. The woman who's good for you, she will understand. She will understand that your first relationship is with the Most High, and the second is with your purpose. So my motto always been, even if I got one physical woman, I got two women because my purpose is my main woman, bro. Like my vision is my main woman. And my lady has to be okay with understanding that a lot of times my purpose is gonna get a lot of my time.
Absolutely.
Because my main woman, my purpose is gonna do a lot for you. So you gotta allow it to happen. And that's what come with greatness. So my question, to the ladies is, are you truly ready for a man that's really aspiring for greatness? Do you know what that looks like in a man? Do you know what that looks like within a relationship? Do you know what his schedule looks like? Do you know what his routine looks like?
I think we talked about that too, though, bro.
You feel me?
Where it was like, where it was a clip where somebody says, like a month, she was saying, a man will make time for you no matter what, or, you know what I mean? Like, if a man ever tell you he's too busy, then that's not a man for you or something like that, bro. I can't get into that, but
you never hear. This never comes from the women who have the top men, bro. It never comes from them. They'll say that he's busy a lot, but when he's with me, he's with me. That's different because they're stating that I don't get all of his time, but when I do get his time, he's intentional about the time, right? And so
I can't find it.
If we find it, we're gonna drop it in the
Yeah.
We're gonna drop it on the episode, man. You got any closing? We still good on time? EP?
Yeah, we should.
All right, word. You got any closing remarks for the folks, man?
Yeah, I can't find a clip. I'll show you off camera. Closing remarks. The negative connotation to being selfish isn't a good thing. Don't listen to anyone that says you're too selfish. You can always be more selfish because self-love is the best love. It's not the only love, but it's the best love. You always have a space, or you should always feel like you have a space for self-love and to be selfish. Whether you're in a relationship, a marriage, a business partnership, if that person doesn't allow you to be selfish at times, then that may not be the person that's for you. They may be for what you're for. They may be against what you're against, but they're not for you. Someone that's for you, it will allow that space and that time for you to be selfish, and then they will adjust. That's my one for the day.
Hey man, all I gotta say is be careful. Be careful of what you ask for, bro. Because what you asking for, you might not even be really aligning with it, man. Like some of y'all asking for certain things, certain relationships, certain people, but you're not even aligning with those people. You're not aligning with those situations. You're not aligning with those relationships. So when you get them, you say things like, he gonna make the money in 2 years. I don't know how to feel about it, because you weren't really aligning with that lifestyle or that person, or to be with an individual like that. It's just something that you wanted, that will feel good, that will stroke your ego to say, oh, I got this. But you ain't ready to do the work. You ain't ready to be in that heat. You ain't ready to stand 10 toes next to a stumped down, high successful, very, very intelligent, very well groomed, very good looking man walking into the venue, and you know it's the women looking at your man like hyenas, and you ain't ready to stand right there with it. You tucking your tail. You got to be ready for whoa, sweetheart. You know what I mean? So that's my little message for the ladies. I mean, like, go after what you want, but make sure what you want, you prepared for it, man. So
heavy is the queen that wears the
I'm
crown,
telling you,
or
man.
something like that.
I'm telling you.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, for sure though.
Yeah.
That's a real statement. I think that's the biggest one.
For sure.
Because you listen, it take a lot to be that person.
Yeah.
It take a lot to be Michelle Obama. Take a lot to be Beyonce.
Yeah.
Come with a lot of flack.
Yeah.
Come with a lot of, like you said, hyenas. Come with a lot of vultures, culture vultures, everything. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to take the punches and roll with them. And they ain't punches for real, for real. You just got to be able to slip them. Yeah, boxing reference.
Facts. You
feel me?
Yeah.
You got to be able to slip that junk and keep on rolling.
Yeah, bro.
So.
With that, it's been another episode, man. We're going to catch y'all on the next one, man.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.
And I can't go for that, but I can show the facts. She fell in love with a Thundercat. But yeah, baby, I'm a Rolling Stone. But you already knowing that.